Okay, so we want to hit start playing with enter, and you can see it. It's such a good name. You can see here that Dwarf Fortress has 3 modes, and we're going to only be looking at one of them today, and I'm only going to go into detail on the other 2 very lightly. Dwarf Fortress is the main mode. It's the mode in which you send out your 7 dwarves to make a little community. Adventurer is a kind of high concept, high energy roguelike in which you play as an adventurer in the worlds that we have just created. And finally, Legends is kind of Dwarf Wikipedia, where we can go in and learn about all the events and people and artifacts and things that were made during the world generation. All of these are unbelievably cool, and I could devote a whole stream to one of them. But I really want to focus on this stream on like getting a fortress going and getting people started. So we're going to go into Dwarf Fortress. It's got to do a lot more loading. It doesn't look like it loaded any tiles, huh? It's moving history along just a little bit. You know, previously it did, hundreds of years, but it's moving it along just a little. The Dwarven calendar is in 4 seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, with months named after rocks, because dwarves love rocks. We're not getting any. Why aren't we getting? Okay, I'm just gonna Google why aren't we getting Space Fox, because we should absolutely, we should absolutely be seeing different tiles now. Dwarf Fortress, Space Fox, no tiles. Why? Does anybody in the chat have any tips here? Why is the Space Fox not coming to us? Asks Buried in Groves. Oh, Aethiopia says the visuals load when you start playing. Oh, that might be what it did. I did hit install graphics, and like we're seeing the colors and everything off of Space Fox, so we'll see how it looks when we get going. The maps might use a different tile set. That's fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on the game now again. This next bit is kind of stressful. I found this bit to be very stressful. But okay, we're just looking at cliffs and stuff. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the map kind of scan for a series of parameters that we're going to want for our initial site, because we could say to the dwarves, build a fortress anywhere. We could just hit Embark and go right into the quiescent beak, a temperate mountain with no trees but thick vegetation. This place looks like it sucks. Oh wow, to it just apparently just beat Genichiro from Sekiro. Congratulations, that's supposed to be extremely difficult. I am very early in that game. But in order to make things a bit easier for us, rather than just diving straight into a particular point, we're going to ask the game to give us some kind of guidelines. And we're going to do that by hitting Find Desired Location. That's a lowercase f. And you can see on the right here that we've loaded up some various parameters we can choose. So, again, borrowing parameters from Geeta Jackson, I'm going to choose, let's see, I want low evil. No, actually, I don't want low evil. Here's a weird thing about Dwarf Fortress. Words mean kind of subtly different things than they do in the real world. As far as Dwarf Fortress is concerned, low evil is good, and good regions are kind of rare and usually settled already. We want a neutral region, so we're gonna pick medium evil. We're gonna keep to kind of low to medium elevation. I'm gonna set it to low, but if we don't find anything, I'll push it up to medium. As far as temperature is concerned, we want a medium temperature. Dwarves can do okay in hot and cold weather, but they don't super, love it. Rain, that's fine. Drainage, fine. Fluxstone layer, fine. Aquifer, you would want to set to no, but I don't know if you remember earlier, we set the aquifers to off in the launcher, so we're fine with aquifers. We do want a river though. Rivers are going to be important for fishing, and also in case everything goes absolutely to hell and our brewing projects fall apart, will be good for water. Shallow metal and deep metal would let us be kind of more specific about what we can mine for. If we're able to mine for shallow and deep metal, that's fine. We can kind of ignore those. We'll find metal anyway. Besides, metal is frequent in the Embark site. What we are going to want to do though is set soil to some. Some. Dwarves can mine on the surface where there is soil, but that's quite dangerous because the surface is a nasty place. So it's a little better to have a soil layer that kind of goes into a mountain where our dwarves can start some cool looking underground farms in the mountain. Let's leave clay NA, and we're gonna hit do search. I should say, Dwarf Fortress has a lot of flashing icons and imagery. None of it flashes particularly rapidly, but if that's something you're sensitive to, I don't know if Dwarf Fortress is necessarily the game for you. You can see it. Wow, this happens so much faster on KB's like computer with an NVIDIA graphics card than on mine. This is amazing. You can see it's making a load of red X's, and that's where the game is going. No. This is not the place for you, dwarves. The kind of green or lime-colored X's are where it is going. Yes, dwarves. Indeed, you may love this place. To explain a little bit about what we're looking at in these three windows is we're basically looking at a map at 3 levels of being a bird. On the right, the bird is very high up in the sky, looking down at the entire... Oh my god, look at all those Embark sites. Looking down on the entire world. In the middle, we are looking at a kind of region. The bird is a little bit lower. And on the left, the bird is very low, and is flying over a local region and looking at stuff there. So, using the... Oh, whoops. Okay, hang on. I want to hit I want to hit escape first. Otherwise, I'll keep adjusting things in suitable site, which we don't want. So, now we're viewing the results, and you can see... let me see if I can find it. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay, there. It's on the far right of the screen. I'm moving it right up to the north now. Do you see? That's my X. And we're going to want to move around until we find a place. I'm trying to see where the X is on the right. Dwarf Fortress, this is very confusing to me, Dwarf Fortress. Where is the X? On the right. Dwarf Fortress, the bird is up there, and I must know where the X is. I guess it's not showing us, but it is showing us flashing X's here. So let's see. Over here on the confident swamp, in the confident swamp, where the temperature is scorching, there are no trees, no other vegetation, the surroundings are calm. I don't think that is the place for us. What about down here by the water? It's all very scorching here. I'm just kind of like exploring these flashing green X's. You see, that is an ocean. I can move the local area, this orange thing on the left, using U, M, and K, and H, which is kind of Dwarf Fortress's way of moving some things around. So I can move this around, and you can see that the conditions change as I move these things around. But I don't think this is the spot for us. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna head over here. I know this seems like a lot, but for real, once we find something, you know, that's good. It's good to find something. Because I'm a dwarf, I like to be close to the mountains. But there are kind of no trees up here. Give me something mountainous, Dwarf Fortress. I could have generated a world before doing this stream, but I wanted to, okay, that's near a community, and we do not want that. We don't want to be so close to folks. It's cold up here. Ooh. There's an owl outside. Let's head over here. And as we head over here, I'll tell you about something else about Dwarf Fortress. When you're moving, you can hold down Shift when you move on the arrow keys to move more quickly. This is super useful and good. Let's check down here. Let's go down here and kind of explore around this kind of mountainous zone up here. What are you? That's very hot. That's a tropical ocean. It's like a kind of scorching grassland around here, which, no. It's because we're in the south and stuff kind of gets hot in the south, which is fine. Anything of interest on these little dwarven islands? What about down here? It's hard to know when you're gonna find the thing you want. Oh, this is fine. This is great. This'll do. And this is great. You know, the rhyming forest. The good wood. In the good wood. Now what I'm looking at is I am looking... Hey, KB.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. It sounds like things in here are going great and there are no problems.
It's fine. We just started.
I'm just putting tax documents back.
Oh, you can't say any tax facts because we are live on the internet. I also don't think people can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
So what we're looking at now is we're looking at the local map on the far left. You can see that blue line is a brook or a river. In fact, it is the brook Candy Jests. Okay. We're in the rhyming forest near the brook Candy Jests. It's me, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It is temperate here, which, as I understand it, is good. It is heavily forested. Great. There is thick vegetation. I'm giving a thumbs up to the webcam. It's wilderness surroundings. Wilderness is kind of like pretty standard surroundings. Some good stuff to know here. Clay, that's good. Very deep soil, that's good. Deep metals, also good. And there's a river. So that's pretty great, honestly. I want to just move the thing one here. No, okay, so there's going to be fewer trees there. But I think we should embark here, and we should kind of see how we go. So, what you want to do is you want to push E to embark. I like the little exclamation mark. So the Mac version doesn't have this. There's a lot of kind of options here that you can use to start, kind of prefabricated options, but if you hit play now, the game will generate a bunch of dwarves for you that are kind of, okay. The dwarves are fine. So we're going to do that. It served me well in the past, and it'll serve me well, hopefully, again. So we're going to hit enter now to go. Game is thinking about it. It has stopped responding. Okay. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Bamble Sandrab. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan. Whoop! My computer just fell off. It's fine. It fell off nicely. put that back. A good start. Okay. You were expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the jaguars get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here, at this place, Ganderchim, dishworked. Strike the earth. So this is where we are. Is the guitar too loud? Please let me know if the guitar is too loud and I can turn it down. I'm gonna watch the chat until I hear if the guitar is not too loud. Hi, KB. The guitar might be too loud. The guitar is a little loud. The guitar is really loud. The guitar is a little bit loud. The guitar is a bit too loud. I would like it a bit quieter. Okay.
It is a bit too loud. It is a bit too loud. I would like it to be a bit quieter. It's like my constant state of being alive.
How's this guitar? How does this guitar feel now? You getting your watercolors? Hell yeah. The guitar is apparently now more positive. Okay, so bizarrely for Dwarf Fortress, there are no prompts to push any buttons on the screen, so I'm going to take it that I can push any. I don't think that was it. Oh, hey, here we go. Hey, and hell yeah. Oh, this is great. Space Fox is loaded. Fantastic. Okay, so bizarrely, Space Fox has not loaded the map on the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, but I don't usually play with that map, so we're fine. Okay, first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to make the game look a little easier for me to play, which I'm going to do by pressing Tab, which alters the kind of layout of the screen ahead of us. We can have it like this. We can have it like this, where we see a lot of the fortress. We can have it like this, where we see no prompts at all. This is like truly playing on spectacularly wild mode. Or we can have it with this little map, which we don't really want. That's fine. What we want is we want this view, where we have the buttons that we want to press, and we have the fortress, as we can see it. I'm going to check my notes again. I wrote down search for an Embark site, set our sights low in my notes. That's fine.